presentation here on organic real-time political election process. I don't see Michael with us here anymore. He's big on the elections issue, and Paul is too, to some extent. There's a web link there in this Agenda Item 5 section to the Organic Hierarchies document that I've composed, and that shows that when we follow the biblical Torah law mandate of organizing along the Exodus 18 model of tens, 50s, hundreds, and thousands, that forms smaller communities in an organic hierarchical sequence. And from the grassroots, 10 qualified electors build a 10-member community township. And one of the key issues that I mentioned here is immediate recall. In the second paragraph there under Agenda Item 5, see, at the township level, and this same principle applies at all levels. And people are frustrated about the presidency of the United States and leadership in all kinds of areas. The common law, biblical Torah law insights show profound metaphysical solutions in this spiritual battle. The municipal form of government that was engineered in 1787 and for our federal government and for our various states is designed to obstruct the will of the people, because the people are considered thereunder to be too stupid to responsibly self-govern. We have to break out from under that and construct our own system, which is organic, real-time organic, and at the grassroots level, the principle is best comprehended in that election of a town constable is subject to constant consensus building of the 10 qualified electors in that particular township. And anytime any one of those qualified electors wants to call for a vote of confidence in the leadership of the town constable, he should be authorized to do that. He is, as a matter of law, authorized to do that, because similar to jury trial process, which requires the even higher level of consensus of unanimous decision-making process, mere consensus is a lower level, and so consensus built around the leadership of the township can happen pretty easy amongst only 10 members instead of 12. And this subjects the town constable to immediate recall. Applying these principles under the current issue of Joe Biden, whether or not he commandeered and unlawfully usurped the office of the Chief Executive Officer of the United States of America government, the entire most powerful military institution on the entire earth here, we need to be moving to develop mechanisms to call for immediate recall of Joe Biden, even if you're a supporter of Democratic Party politics and general left-wing political process. Mr. Biden needs to, if he is the best available for our American people, we need to have the Supreme Court of Law assembling a jury in the 12 superstates model, that assembles organic representatives that are all subject to immediate recall from the 12 superstates. And then when those pro tem representatives gather together, they select from amongst themselves who will be the chief officer of the entire machinery of government of the United States of America. It's an organic process wherein the leadership is subject to immediate recall based upon the consensus of the constituency that is immediately under him. And that continues on down. Anytime there's a question about who's being selected for the office of the presidency of the United States of America under a common law jurisdiction. The next question would be, well, okay, are you saying one of the 12-member constituents of the Supreme Court of Law are corrupted? And if you are, the solution to that problem is to have that member subject himself to a vote of confidence from his constituency in the many states underneath each of the superstates. So it's an organic process that a whole lot of people think that there's no other solution than, gee whiz, we got a president entrenched now for another 4 years. There's no such thing as 4-year presidencies or Supreme Court judges being appointed for lifetime. That all gets thrown out the window if we get common law jurisdiction invoked to take control of the machinery of government of the USA. This is lawful. This is higher law that we can insist on moving forward with here and now if we just get organized, because the present system with Supreme Court judges that are appointed for life and presidents that are appointed for 4 years, that's all de facto. That's all subject to the Seventh Amendment, wherein a jury at any time can pull anybody out of the office of the presidency or the office of the Supreme Court judges or legislative assemblies, the House or the Senate. All of those people can be subjected to Seventh Amendment trial by jury under due process of common law, and they can be subject to immediate recall and displacement immediately. We have the authority to do that right now. All we lack is the mass of support from people that are at least sufficiently funded or sufficiently educated to comprehend that we've got this really, 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 really serious power right at our fingertips right now if we can just organize behind some kind of leadership that seems to know how this process is supposed to work. So, thereunder, I'd like to pause for comments or questions about this is the organic party politic taking control, and we need to be moving forward on that, and that's what I'm doing most of the time in my life. And like with the economics thing, there's different components that need to come in together, and any one of them could produce a groundswell of support really quickly. At any time. And I don't know which one of the good ideas is going to break first, but we got a number of really great, super empowering ideas here, and we're moving forward with them. And no matter how it breaks, the future is bright, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm very optimistic about it all. So, comments or questions on that issue? I yield.